Hi, it's Cheryl Cook with I Love Homes at RE/MAX Nova. We're going to go through today what's happening now in the real estate market in HRM as of the end of April 2026 and going into May, and how it compares to this time last year. So let's start with prices. In April, average sale price for residential properties across HRM is about $608,000, and that's up from around $598,000 at the same point in 2025. So even though we came into 2026 with a softer first quarter, especially January and February, where we saw prices a little bit lower than the same months last year, by the end of April, we're seeing that the overall upward trend is back. Average list price is also up $623,000 now versus about $603,000 last year. That tells us that sellers still have confidence in the value of their homes, and the fact that sales prices are rising alongside list prices shows that the market is, broadly speaking, supporting that value when a property is positioned properly. The sale to list price ratio is 98.1% right now compared with 99.6% last year. So in practical terms, homes are selling pretty close to asking price, just not quite as tight to the full list price as they were a year ago, which is exactly what you expect in a more balanced negotiated market. Months of inventory is sitting just under 5, up from just under 4 last year, and this is one of the clearest signs that we're in a balanced market. We're not in a situation where everything disappears instantly, and we're not in a market where buyers can take unlimited time and make deep discount offers on everything. It's a middle ground, and outcomes depend a lot on how each individual listing is priced and presented. Average days on market have moved from 50.2 days last year to 54.6. So on paper, it is taking longer to sell a home. What that reflects is the market where the buyers are more deliberate, there's more inventory to choose from, and listings that are a little ambitious on price are going to take longer to find their buyer, might need price reductions, and that pulls the average up. Now, we also have to factor in interest rates. The Bank of Canada has once again held that overnight rate at 2.25%. Most of the current conversation is around either holding at this level or possibly increasing rates later this year rather than cutting them. So that backdrop naturally makes people pay closer attention to monthly payments, to affordability. This is part of why the market feels more measured and why time on the market has stretched a little bit. So, what are we seeing as we move through into this spring season here in HRM? One of the big themes is that sellers are adjusting to this balanced market. There are still plenty of price reductions happening on listings that launched a little bit on the high side, but we're also seeing some swift movement on properties that come out priced in line with recent sales in their neighborhoods, and sometimes even seeing competing offers. That quick movement is especially noticeable inside the city and in certain high demand areas. When a home is priced in line with the recent sales and presented well, we're often seeing strong interest and accepted offers coming together fairly quickly. If you're thinking about selling a residential property in HRM this year, then the message from the April numbers is pretty straightforward. Pricing strategy really matters. You don't have to underprice your home, but you do need to be aligned with where the market is right now. That's what tends to lead to steady showings, timely offers, particularly within the city area. And if you're planning to buy, you're entering into a market that's stable, balanced, and still trending upward over time, rather than one that's sort of running away from you. With rates holding where they are, it's important to understand your budget, be really clear on your numbers, but there is genuine opportunity to find a good home without feeling like the market's swinging wildly from week to week or month to month. So if you'd like to talk through what the April 2026 residential stats mean for your plans in HRM, whether you're buying or selling, reach out anytime. We can look at the data for your specific neighborhood and price range and build a strategy that fits the market and your plans.